Currently we're bunkering to Harvey power, doing the initial nitrogen cool down, and then we'll follow that with the initial LNG loading and doing gas trials here at Port Fourchon. Bunkering is the process by which we load fuel on board this vessel, this fuel actually being LNG. This is the second vessel in a series of 6 that we're building that's fueled primarily with LNG, liquefied natural gas. Harvey Gulf chose back in 2011 to start the process of constructing America's first LNG-powered offshore supply vessels. With the available amounts of natural gas domestically in this country, we felt it was a good opportunity for us to move forward and help design and build and actually develop the regulations that'll govern these types of operations. LNG provides 4 major benefits. It's safe, it's clean, it's cheap, and it's abundant in the United States. Burning LNG reduces carbon emissions by 99%. It reduces nitrous oxide and sulfur dioxides and lowers CO2 emissions by 80% over other fossil fuels. Vessels of this type will help Shell and other operators meet their environmental commitments to reduce their emission and their carbon footprint. When we started this project, there was no real regulatory framework that allowed for these vessels to be built. So we worked with our partners, the American Bureau of Shipping, the United States Coast Guard, and worked together to frame a regulatory body that allowed us to build these vessels. Since then, they've utilized these vessels as a model by which other vessels will be designed by. Similarly, for our LNG refueling point here in Port Fourchon, there was no regulatory framework. We looked at the international and domestic standards for larger facilities and then came up with an equivalent safety level that we could offer for the design of these types of facilities as well. To date, we've done 40 LNG transfers via truck. It's a safe and efficient operation. Port Fourchon Terminal collectively will hold 270,000 gallons. We'll be able to transfer at 500 gallons a minute, which is equal to a normal bunkering operation that takes place in any other facility here in Port Fourchon. So the facility that we're constructing here at Port Fourchon is not only for fueling our vessels, it'll be commercially available for other vessels to enter this port and refuel as well. From a regulatory standpoint today, 4 years after the inception of the first U.S. flag vessel, the regulatory issues aren't there anymore. The framework's there, the regulatory risk is out of it. I think it'll promote the actuality and the eventuality of utilizing gas as a marine fuel. In the industry, we've always talked about the chicken and the egg. Do you build the boats first or do you build the infrastructure first? Harvey Gulf chose to build both simultaneously, providing a source of fuel for the vessel so that they can operate on behalf of their customer base.